Welcome everyone. We're doing another chit chat today, okay? There is a duel running in the background, but I'm not really commentating the plays this time. I'm just using this duel as a backdrop while we talk about something a lot more important, okay? The real philosophy behind branded. Not the combos or the lines, not to do this and do that. I mean the part of branded nobody explains. The part that actually decides games before the plays even happen. So let's start from the beginning. The two roads inside this deck, the branded fusion path and the synchro path, okay? Both of them are strong. Both of them win games, but they don't win for the same reason. Branded fusion is the obvious one. It's flashy, it's simple, it's clean, you resolve it, you get your Albus fusion, you start snowballing, everything feels comfortable, but the entire line is linear. The opponent knows where it starts, knows where it ends. They know the choke point, they know where to punish you, okay? Then we have the synchro path, okay? The synchro path is, it's simple with the synchro path. This path doesn't rely on a single line. It relies on pieces that become stronger together, okay? Especially when the situation gets messy. Quim, Cartesia, any extender, they don't care about one specific outcome. They just keep the game going even when things break, okay? And that's the core difference. Branded fusion wins when everything goes right, but the synchro line wins when everything goes wrong, okay? And that leads us to something the branded players rarely talk about: awareness. Awareness is not about knowing the opponent's card, it's about knowing the position in the duel itself, okay? Are you ahead? Are you behind? Are you forcing? Are you responding or setting up? Or are you surviving? Most players rush to blend early, they use the shift, they accelerate too fast, preparing for the worst case scenario way before worst case scenario even exists, and that kills the line before it even begins. Brand is not about speed, it's about timing and about reading what version of the duel you're actually in, and that ties directly into the thing that destroys most branded players: hesitation, okay? Because hesitation isn't just being slow. Hesitation reveals your fear, it reveals where your confidence ends, and it reveals where your knowledge cracks. When I play, I'm not just processing my own line, I'm processing the opponent's current play, the opponent's possible plays, and all the branches behind those plays. Hundreds of branches, and that level of calculation is exhausting. It drains you. Nobody studies this deck or experiences this deck with the weird interaction the way I do. I always find the answer, but at huge cost actually, and that's why hesitation is the true enemy. One bows and your entire mental flow collapses. One moment of doubt and you lose control of the dual rhythm, okay? Which brings us to something extremely important also, something that fits perfectly right after talking about hesitation, which is the toggle. Because after all of this, after everything I just said about staying ahead and never hesitating, you just cannot leave your toggle open and hand your opponent free information. In branded, the default is simple: toggle off. Only turn it on at the exact moment you're about to take a real action. This does three critical things: saves your time on timer, it hides your intention, it hides your windows, it hides your spots, keeps you ahead instead of being behind. But this is where it gets brutally hard. When the opponent makes a play, you only have like 1 second to recognize: is this the window to do it? Is this the hand trap moment? And once you open the toggle right there, there is no turning back, because if your toggle is already on. While you act, you lose timing, and if you open it just to think, you're dead, because you're giving the opponent the exact information of what you might have in hand, okay? And that's what is actually good about branded synchro. When you preemptively expect the worst case scenario and change your plan, actually you're not just changing your plan, you're opening a window. It's like opening a brand right in the sky, and this brand or this window is going to reveal exactly the opponent's intentions if he holding into a hand trap. Because you changed plan, his intentions are going to be revealed, his confusion is going to be exposed, okay? And with this window of his hesitation, you can identify exactly what he might have in his hand, okay? And then you proper out your play. You already changed plan before the play itself, before even knowing what the opponent might have. And just because you change plan, now you get to properly plan out your plays after everything has revealed from the opponent's side. So that's a huge advantage, and that's not a gameplay knowledge, it's like a psychological knowledge. It's like this is like an invisible language that happens in the duel itself, that I think that this aspect about branded no one talks about much. But honestly, I have never get good in branded from nothing, or like from learning the basic stuff. I've always been good at playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And I feel like playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Is like playing branded. They are both the same, two sides of the same coin. Yu-Gi-Oh! At its core is back and forth, pressure and counter pressure, action and reaction, imitation and punishment. Branded is spelled the same way. It's not a combo deck, it's a conversation, okay? A duel with layers, with responses, with invisible threads connecting each move to each other. And that's why you cannot be good in branded without being good in Yu-Gi-Oh! Because branded forces you to understand the real rules of the game, not the surface ones, okay? A real branded player doesn't sit there memorizing lines or studying spreadsheets. He watches, he analyzes, he observes the duel like a language. Every interaction has a reason, every missequencing has a consequence, and that's why I didn't show you a replay. I wanted you to see this in real time, with the real pressure, with the real timer, because the replay filters out the pain. The replay hits the stress and cuts like 14 or 15 minute duel into 2 minutes duel. So I just wanted you to see it the way it is, okay? Branded is what happens between the actions, between clicks, between timers. There are things behind the things, and this is the knowledge I just want you to understand, because branded knowledge is not one dimension. It's not just lines, combos, ratios, or strongest openers. That's beginner level. The highest level, the part that nobody teaches, is what I call the invisible language. The ability to turn a duel into signals, into timing, into unspoken communication, into a decision that only makes sense once you know how the entire duel breathes, okay? And you already know what I'm about to say, right? Because once you learn this invisible language, you don't just play branded anymore. You see through the duel itself. And every move I make has a purpose, you know? The pressure, the setup, the protection. One effect could lead to many consequences, and I'm always aware of my graveyard, my banishment, my threats, the opponent's graveyard also if needed, because knowledge is power, and I weigh the risks of my plays carefully. Branded is about calculated risk, not avoiding it by timing it properly, as I move precisely to control the flow, to slowing down when needed, to speed up when the opponent hesitates. So every turn I build the story of the board. The field show threats, answers, and set up the next moves. Everything I do is preparing for what comes next, even under uncertainty. Maxi. And that's when everything starts, ladies and gentlemen. That's when the silence breaks in, because the moment he drops that maxi is the same moment he writes his own disk contracts with his own hands. Okay? This is that moment where he just steps in the pressure point I built for him. He thinks that he's drawing cards, that he's gaining advantage, but what he doesn't know is he just entered the zone where every draw he gets is under my command, not his, on my timing, on my terms, and this is where the future starts blending with the present, because I already know how things will unfold. I see him trying to calculate, trying to rebuild a plan, trying to outplace what he thinks I'm preparing, but he can't see it. He can't see that if I don't commit under maxi early, I lose. And at the same time, if I commit fully everything at once, I lose also. So I give him the most brutal version, the invincible language version, where every single disruption come one by one, delivered with precision, delivered with intent. I force him into this pressure point where he just gets draws, but never all at once, never enough to stabilize, not enough to breathe, not enough to calculate, just enough to keep him locked between two impossible choices. Do you want to end this duel right here, right now on this turn, or do you want to end it later? Okay, and properly, you don't want to go in a grind game with Branded, right? You would want to end it on this turn. And this, what this pressure point does, it makes the opponent stare at the field and ask themselves, can I really break those bodies, or can I really go through these disruptions? Except he doesn't know how many disruptions there are. He doesn't know when I will reveal them, okay? He doesn't know until I decide to do so. I show him one, he thinks he figured it out, then another comes, making him question his entire existence again. Every plan he forms collapses the moment he commits it, and this collapse keeps repeating until his time melts, until his brain fade away, until his focus cracks and his fear takes over. He has the card, yes, Maxi gives him gas, but does he have any mindset to win under pressure? Does he have the composure to keep calculating, recalculating, and recalculating? No. While I keep tying the nose, he cannot do shit. I doubt that he can do anything. I strongly doubt that, honestly. Because, hear me out, this is an important part that nobody understands unless they are a branded players. I'm also under pressure. I'm the one under Maxi. I'm the one feeding his hand with draws. But a branded player is immune to pressure. Not all of them, but you're supposed to be immune to pressure as a branded player. We live under it, bro. We grow under it. We operate inside chaos like it's home. The opponent, he's not used to this. He's not used to playing under this much threat staked in front of him. He's not used to having to end this duel right here, right now, with every second running out. And even if he has lethal, do you think I didn't prepare for that lethal? Do you think I don't have a plan to stop lethal? Come on, you all know me. I never take the Maxi challenge, especially on the opponent's turn, unless I have a plan to get out Golden Sword Soul. I should be having Golden Sword Soul somewhere. Like, it has to be. With Branded Sword, for example, in Graveyard, and Golden Sword Soul banished, I don't show it. I just show it at the battle phase. I hide it until battle phase come. Until that exact moment, he thinks that he has me, and then boom, negate attack. Another attack is blocked. You survive, and I will have another turn, and his lethal will evaporate instantly, and whatever confidence he had dissolves with it. So realistically, there is no way he's going to be escaping that pressure. No way. He started this collapse with Maxi, but I'm the one who's going to survive it, because I have survived dozens like that, and I have lived through collapses bigger than his entire deck. So let's see if this goes according to plan. Let me focus. And here's the beauty of it. I'm under maxi, this turn is tense, chaos is everywhere. I almost have one disruption left, which is Rimbram Reborn Albaz, and it's chilling in graveyard. So here's the core lesson for anyone watching. If you're sitting on your last disruption, you don't fire it right away. Patience is the ultimate weapon, because think about it. Once you use that last public knowledge disruption, if there is nothing hidden left, you're basically giving the opponent a message, I'm done. This turn is yours, and as a branded player, that's not a message you send lightly. That's a surrender disguised as a play, and surrender has no place here, okay? So Grimbrum stays quite lurking in graveyard, threatening a double layer disruption fused with the opponent body, which is dark, into a Lubellian Syrian Dragon to make a Sanctifier, then Reborn Mirror Jade. So we basically have a theoretical 2 to 3 disruption, depends, and that Rimbrum engrave is silent, psychic weight on the opponent's mind and chest. They see Rimbrum engrave, they feel it, they anticipate it, and they panic because they can't predict if or when or how I might unleash it. I'm not wasting Rimbrum, I'm not overcommitting, I'm playing the mind game. I'm saying, you think you're in control? Think again. Every draw, every decision, every hesitation is mine to manipulate. This is the mental warfare. I'm mentally stable, I'm mentally dominant, my confidence doesn't just fuel my plays, it erodes theirs. The strongest I feel, the weaker they become, and every tick of the clock, every slight twitch of hesitation from them, it's just reflection of my control. And the irony, the opponent has no idea. They think they are reacting, but they are already behind. Every card they draw, every move they consider, every strategy they plan, it's already measured, accounted for, and turned against them before they even touch the table. As we now have access for the branded sword, which will give us golden sorcerer at the battle phase, so survivor guaranteed. And remember, that Rimbrum engrave isn't just a threat, it's a psychological weapon, a threat waiting in the shadows, a reminder of their impending collapse. And I leave it there, untapped, untouched, lethal potential they fear of. They sweat and hesitate, they doubt, and in that mental vacuum, I win long before the battle phase even starts. That's it.